Welcome to Smashville. This is PK Subban.
I'm Dan Hamhuis.
This is Craig Smith.
This is Mike Fisher.
But you need to dig in right now, every guy.
Everybody loves their soldiers until they come home and stop fighting.
Enough is enough.
They need me to bleed, and I'll bleed for my team.
Start playing with some jam in here. Let's go.
This is Ryan Johansson. Welcome to Smashville.
This is Philip Forsberg.
I'm Victor Arvidsson.
I'm Ryan Ellis.
I'm Matthias Ekholm.
I'm Beckerin, and you're listening to the Renegades of Puck with Crazy Charlie.
Crazy Charlie puts words in my mouth. You can't trust that guy.
If you can't get some fire, some passion, some energy, and figure out how in the hell to talk about this magnificent sport of hockey that has taken over the city of Nashville, then why are you on the radio? You don't deserve it, and you should do the honorable thing and turn your mic in. You're making a damn fool of yourself.
This is my declaration. I'm coming after every single one of you. The lazy, the tired, the boring voices out there. Your time is up. I'm Crazy Charlie Saunier.
I'm Pete Weber of the Nashville Predators.
I'm Roman Yossi of the Nashville Predators.
I'm Colton Sissons of the Nashville Predators.
I'm Eustace of the Nashville Predators.
You're listening to the Renegades of Puck with
Crazy Charlie.
Find a way, boys. No more half-stepping.
Now, here's your host and captain, Crazy Charlie Saunier.
Welcome to the bunker. Welcome to the Renegades of Puck podcast. I'm your host and captain, Crazy Charlie Saunier. Before we get started with no half-step and hockey coverage, first let me direct you to our home website, renegadesofpuck.com. Once you go to renegadesofpuck.com, you learn everything you need to know about the show and what you're getting educated about the show. Well, that's when you click on that merchandise tab, take straight to our classic logo t-shirt. All the gimmicks you come to know and love and expect from the Renegades of Puck. Socks, throw pillows, wall art, bed sets makes no difference to us. As a matter of fact, the best way to say it is that we've sold out so that you can buy in. Social media is of critical importance to this independent and unaffiliated operation known as the Renegades of Puck. So here's how you can jump in the trenches and help support us. You can find us on Instagram and Threads. You can also find us on Facebook and X. So please, whatever it is that you prefer as far as social media goes, jump in there with us. It doesn't take you but a second. It doesn't cost you a thing, but it sure does go a long way to helping out this operation. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is where you can primarily find the podcast these days. So we would very much appreciate that. Stick taps, love, and respect to everybody who has joined the page recently. Subscribe, turn on the notifications buttons, help us out, please. It goes a very long way to helping out our show. You can also help us out financially if you'd like to. We have a virtual tip jar right over there on the corner of the desk. You can scan that QR code at any time during the episode, or you can just go to Venmo and search out Renegades of Puck, and you'll find us right there. Every single penny goes to helping support the Renegades of Puck as we are building a brand new set out here in the bunker. We've started to sort of get things a little bit organized the last couple of days. As cold as it's been, we've still been able to get some work done. A whole lot more work to go. We'll really start seeing some signs of progress in mid-February and beyond. So please, if you can support us, currently we are purchasing our materials, we are making our construction lists, and we are drawing up blueprints for the project known as the Renegades of Puck 2025. We'll see you there in the future. Now, listen, I know it's time for the half-step and hockey coverage, so let me deliver the goods. It's time for operation number 957. That's right. Time for show number 957, and this one's going to be fun. And at this moment in hockey history, Nashville Predators currently find themselves in 7th place in the Central Division. 46 games skated on the season record at 17, 22, and 7, 41 points overall. That's right, the Predators have finally broken the 40-point barrier this season. It only took them 46 games to do so. On the road, which is where the Nashville Predators' next game will take place, they have a very bad record. 5-14-4. They've scored 122 goals this season. They've given up 144 goals against. It's a goal differential of -22, but we've seen small and positive gains in a number of areas. Perhaps the road record is the next place we'll see those. Let's update you on the Central Division real quick, then we'll take you through the week ahead for the Predators, the season series, the Sharks, all that stuff. It's going to be a lot of Sharks talk on this episode as the Predators are in the middle of a back-to-back home-and-home with the San Jose Sharks currently. The Central Division update, the Winnipeg Jets currently find themselves in first place at 65 points with Minnesota Wild 5 points behind at 60. Dallas right on their heels at 59. The Colorado Avalanche, the first team on the outside looking in the Central for an automatic qualifying playoff position at 57 points. The St. Louis Blues have 50. The Utah Hockey Club, which should be the Nashville Predators' next objective, are in 6th place at 47 points. Then you'll find the Predators in the same tax bracket, suddenly at 41. The Chicago Blackhawks being all alone down in the 30 range, 8th place in the Central, 34 points overall in last place. The Preds week ahead looks like this after this first game in San Jose of the road trip. Saturday, they'll be in Anaheim. First time taking on the Ducks this season. Wednesday, back home to face off against the Vancouver Canucks. So a couple of days break for the Nashville Predators there before coming back to Bridgestone Arena after a 2-game road trip. The 31st of January sees the Preds go into Buffalo. The 1st of February sees them in Pittsburgh. And the 3rd of February sees the Predators back home to face off against the Ottawa Senators. Now, we're in the middle of it with this San Jose Sharks team right now. So the Predators have faced them one time so far. They'll face them one more time after this stop in San Jose. That second stop in San Jose takes place on March the 11th. The only stop for the Sharks in Nashville happened, well, last night. It was the Predators winning 7-5 over the San Jose Sharks in the most improbable way, coming back from down 5-1 in the biggest comeback in franchise history. UC Saros got the start, went 4 out of 8, was putrid, got pulled after 20, and Noonan come in, went 15-16, did some hard work in the third period. Once the game was competitive again, picks up the victory. Georgiev, tough night for him, 34 out of 40, takes the loss with 6 goals against the empty netter, responsible for number 7 right there. Marchessault led the way with a goal and 3 assists for 4 points. Novak had a goal and 2 assists for 3 points. Forsberg had a goal and 2 assists for 3 points, and it actually goes on and on and on. In a night when you score 7 goals, it's nice for the Nashville Predators to see some movement in the statistical categories. Granlund paced the San Jose Sharks with 2 goals. Yes, that Mikhail Granlund. Celebrini, the highly touted prospect, number 1 overall pick, 1 goal, 1 assist in this game, and he was an influence throughout. You can definitely see he is probably going to have a stellar offensive career. San Jose Sharks, they are overall 14-30-6 after that game at Bridgestone Arena, 34 points. That's 8th place in the Pacific Division, which is last place. 8-14-1 at home. They have scored 130 goals in the season. They've given up 182 goals against. That's a goal differential of -52. The Predators certainly not helping with that. When it comes to their most recent stretch of 5 completed games, it was the 14th of January. That saw a 6-3 win at the Detroit Red Wings, and it's been downhill since then. All of these games taking place on the road. 16th of January saw a 4-1 loss at Columbus. The 18th saw a 4-1 loss to the Islanders. The 20th of January saw a 6-3 loss at Boston, and of course, most recently, the 21st of January saw a 7-5 loss at the Nashville Predators. Georgiev got the start, took loss 34 out of 40, giving up 6 goals against. Predators' updated injury list sees Luzon still on injured reserve and can't get him back soon enough to make some switches up here at some of the defensive pairings. Evangelista also on injured reserve at this time. NHL ranks for the Nashville Predators and San Jose Sharks going into this game. The Predators have bumped up into the 20s in goals for. That's right, people. 2.63 goals per game is now 28th overall in the NHL. Listen, since the first of the year, the Predators offense is absolutely undeniable. One of the tops, if not the top in the NHL with the number of goals that they have put in the net. 2.63 has moved them up 4 spots now in goals per game in just a handful of games played in the month of January. So the San Jose Sharks are 2.60 goals per game. That's 30th in the league. The Predators giving up 3.13. That's 20th. San Jose giving up 3.56. That's 31st overall. In the shots on goal category, the Preds generating 29.8 on net per game. That's 7th best in the NHL, while the Sharks are only generating 26.6. That's 28th overall in the league. Shots against, the Predators giving up 29. That's 21st. The San Jose Sharks giving up 32.4. That is 32nd and last in the NHL. When it comes to special teams, the Predators are ahead in both of these statistical metrics. 21.2% is their power play rate. That's 16th best in the NHL. 28 conversions and 132 power play opportunities, while the San Jose Sharks converted 18.1% this season. 26th overall in the league. 26 conversions, 144 power play opportunities. On the penalty kill, Preds, 82.6% kill rate is 6th best in the NHL. That is down. They held the number 1 spot for quite some time this season, but 24 power play goals against has certainly moved up a little bit. But the Predators are outscoring what their penalty kill has not been able to keep a hold of. Penalty kill for the San Jose Sharks, 77.7% is 20th overall in the league, 33 power play goals against now. Updated statistics for the Nashville Predators and the San Jose Sharks individually. Philip Forsberg paces the Predators with 16 goals and 29 assists for 45 points. The 16 goals is tied with Stamkos for top. The 29 assists is tops for the Predators, and of course 45 points overall leads the way. Marchessault now at 15 goals and 23 assists for 38 points. The captain Roman Josi at 9 goals and 25 assists for 34 points. Steven Stamkos 16 and 15 for 31. Ryan O'Reilly 13 goals, 14 assists, 27 points. Granlund picked up 2 goals against the Nashville Predators in that last game at Bridgestone Arena. Now has 14 on the season, had 26 assists to that. 26 paces the San Jose Sharks along with Eklund. 40 points overall for Granlund leads the way. Eklund's at 10 goals with 26 assists with 36 points. Celebrini having a very good rookie season. 14 goals, one of those goals coming against the Preds. 1 assist also against the Preds. 20 total assists, 34 total points on the season. He's got a wicked release, and he's definitely got the skill. Toffoli, 17 goals in the season. Paces the San Jose Sharks did not play at Bridgestone Arena, listed on the injury report for the next game in San Jose. 13 assists, 30 points. Zetterlund, 13 and 17 for 30. Georgiev, after that game, has a record of 2-9-0 with a 3.29 goals against, averaging 8.84 save percentage, barely hanging on this season. UC Saros' numbers took a big hit in this one, but the record did not change one bit as he's bailed out by his team. 11-18 and 6, 2.81 goals against, averaging 9.02 save percentage, and 4 shutouts. And recent stretches of hockey has not seen UC Saros play his crispest hockey. It's been rather Jekyll and Hyde for the last stretch for UC Saros, and he's got to kind of find the consistent streak again and get this turned around, because I'm telling you right now, in all the right ways, Justus Noonan is pushing UC Saros, and Noonan coming in and making some big-time saves in the third period last night once the game became competitive again. Well, I mean, he is just asking for more ice time, and matter of fact, he's probably going to earn it if UC Saros comes out cold again in his next start. You might see the coaching staff sit UC Saros for a couple of games to try to figure some things out. There's a break coming up in the NHL schedule coming up soon for the Four Nations tournament. That might also be what UC Saros needs, a little bit of rest. He has had a fairly heavy workload so far this season. That's going to do it. That's got you set up for the Preds' second game against the Sharks, a home and home. Very weirdly, between Nashville and San Jose. You don't see that too often. The first 2 times these teams have met this season, the Predators can find a way to win the next game. They'll be on a 5-game win streak, and they'll also have picked up 10 consecutive points, and that's the type of thing that helps you jump in the standings once the calendar switches over to 2025. That's going to do it. Let's get to the Rebirth Sports full game recap. We've been talking nothing but San Jose Sharks, so we're going to go back and talk about the Sharks a little bit more. It was Bridgestone Arena was the site of game 1 of this 2-game home-and-home series, and we go back there right after this break, right here on the Renegades of Puck podcast.
Hockey players are as unique as the game itself, and your uniform should be tailored to fit you. Rebirth Sports is your sports apparel tailor. From shells, bags, warm-ups, hats, hoodies, branding, and more, let Rebirth Sports be your custom hockey tailor.
And don't forget to tell them they do more than just hockey.
Rebirth Sports on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Rebirth Sport, a match made in hockey.
Yeah, it's now time for the Rebirth Sports full game recap. We'll go all the way back January the 21st of the year 2025 when the Nashville Preds were welcoming the San Jose Sharks for the first time this year to Bridgestone Arena. Head coach Adrian Burnett deploys his lines and defensemen the following combination: Forsberg, Stamkos, and Marchessault, Nyquist, O'Reilly, and Heinestroza, Novak, Svechkov, and LaRue, Smith, McCarron, and Sissons, Yossi and Barron, Shea and Blankenberg, Wilsby and Shen make up your defensive pairings, and UC Saros gets the start in net. We are just a minute and 7 seconds in, and it's not good for the Nashville Predators. Celebrini gets his 14th goal of the season for San Jose. It was a wrist shot off of the rush. It's the first shot on goal, the first action of the game, and San Jose Sharks are already ahead 1-0. 1:18 now of the first period. Heinestroza off to the box. 2 minutes for puck over the glass. The Preds would not give up a single shot against. Everything would be kept well to the outside. Good job by the Predators. Penalty kill right here. 4:15 the first period. Now it's UC Saros coming over the save on Ferraro, his first save of the game. Then 4:59. Another save, this time on Wenberg. The Preds yet to arrive in this game in any way, shape, or form over the first 5 minutes. 7:59 now of the first period. It's Marchessault hitting the post from long range. Perhaps that alarm bell will start to wake people up. 8:47 of the first period. Georgiev comes up with the save on Shen's long shot. His first shot on goal for the Nashville Predators. But at 11:42 of the first, it's Cunnin. Yes, that Luke Cunnin with his 11th goal of the season off the crossbar and in. Don't know why it mystified people so much, but easily into the net. The Sharks hold a 2-0 lead, but then seconds later, Granlund, yes, that Mikhail Granlund was 13th goal of the season, a one-timer at the top of the net, goes in again. San Jose with a 3-0 lead here in the first 12 minutes of the game. 12:14 of the first period. Georgiev coming with a save on Shea's long shot. The 12:20 mark of the first period. It's Tommy Novak getting the Preds on the board. His 6th goal of the season was a rebound put back of Shen's long shot. The San Jose Sharks still have a 3-1 lead here in the first. 14:37 of the first period. Georgiev coming up with a save on Michael McCarron. 16:35 now. Georgiev a save on Yossi's heavy shot. At 17:43 of the first period, Saros coming up with a save on Wenberg at close range. And at 19:31, Wallman, his 6th of the season as Barron turns the puck over. It leads to a 2-on-0 and an easy conversion for the San Jose Sharks, who now lead this game 4-1. And for Barron, that was one of the more embarrassing turnovers of the entire season that we've seen to date. Shots on goal at the end of the first period, 8-8. Each team with 8. So San Jose scores on half of their shots in the first period. That is not a very good ratio for the starting net minder. So we start the second period with UC Saros coming out of the game and Noonan tagging in. 23 seconds later, it's Stamkos off the box. 2 minutes for interference. Wallman would then pick up a penalty. 2 minutes for holding. That would lead to a 4-on-4 for a total of 16 seconds. Georgiev would come up with a save on Forsberg. Then a save on Marchessault. Then Georgiev a save on Yossi. And finally, Georgiev a save on Novak. The Preds are buzzing as of this power play. But at 4:20 of the second period, it's Jay off the box. 2 minutes for high sticking, circumventing the momentum for the Nashville Predators. Mikhail Granlund picks up his 14th goal of the season. It was a backdoor finish with ease. The Predators find themselves down 5-1 at Bridgestone Arena. We are just now halfway through this game. The 10:03 mark in the second period. It's Georgiev coming with a save on Steven Stamkos. 11:24 of the second. Smith off the box. 2 minutes for holding. Georgiev comes up with a save on Marchessault. Georgiev then comes up with a save on Stamkos, but could not stop Svechkov from the high slot with the snapshot for his 5th goal of the season. The Predators have their 2nd goal of this game. San Jose, though, does lead 5-2. But wait, 13:33 now in the second period. It's Barron with his 3rd goal of the season. A backdoor finish off of Forsberg's feed. Now we suddenly have a closer game, but San Jose does still lead 5-3. 16:59 of the second period. Willsby off the box. 2 minutes for tripping. A strong PK by the Nashville Predators in the period would close out at status. 26 shots on goal, though, for the Nashville Predators. 13 for San Jose. So San Jose with only 5 shots on goal in the second period. The Predators with, 16 shots on goal in the second period right there. We flip over to the backside of the sheet. We go to the third period. We find ourselves 28 seconds into the third. Preds trying to make a game of it, and Marchessault is right there with his 15th goal of the season. A rebound tuck in, making the game now 5-4 in favor of San Jose. Things are getting close to 3:51 of the third period. Eklund, 2 minutes for holding, putting the Preds on the power play, and it is the captain, Roman Josi, with his 9th goal of the season. That was a one-time bomb from the right circle, tying this game up in probably at 5 each. 6:15 of the third period. Shen off the box. 2 minutes for puck over the glass. But wait just a minute. The call is challenged by the Predators after Zach L'Roux's very demonstrative argument. The Predators coaching staff also believes in it, and also the video staff saw it. So penalty is rescinded after the lengthy challenge by the Predators. So we return to 5-on-5 action. That allows us at 8:07 for Blankenberg to pick up his 3rd goal of the season. The shot squeaks through and into the net. The Sharks defense had a chance to take it off the goal line, but just could not get there in time. The Predators improbably lead 6-5 here in the third period. 9:03 of the third now. Georgiev comes up with a save on Forsberg, and it looks like the Predators are just buzzing right now. But then the momentum is about to shift as the Predators tighten up a little bit after the 10-minute mark of the third. 10:20, Noonan comes up with a save on Ruda with heavy traffic in front. 11:01, Noonan save on Zetterlund. 12:07, Noonan save on Wallstrom at the 14:45 mark. Noonan continues doing the heavy work now with a save on Celebrini, followed up at 15:22 with another save on Celebrini at 16:35. A glove save on Ceci before Philip Forsberg at 18:39 is able to cash in with the empty net goal from long range for his 16th of the season, 6th straight game with a goal. And that ices it for the Nashville Predators, who win 7-5, out shooting the San Jose Sharks 41-24. The Predators were down 5-1 halfway through this game, came back to win this game 7-5. It is the largest comeback in franchise history. And without a doubt, I understand that the competitive nature of both of these teams, that neither of them are very high in the standings, the 7th versus 8th place team. So competitively, they are kind of balanced, but the Predators do have better experience and much more skill at the end of the day because of Stamkos, because of Marchessault, because of Forsberg and Josi, and those players stepped up when needed and absolutely took this game away from the San Jose Sharks. The biggest win in franchise history, and if you did stick around for it, you'll have a memory of a lifetime because they don't come around like that very often. Obviously, it's the first time the Predators have ever done that. Coming back from down 4 goals, 5-1 in the second period, winning the game 7-5. And you know what? Once the Preds made it 5-3, it was hard to feel any other way than, wow, I think the Preds are going to do this. San Jose had played the day before. They were tired. They're also a very fragile team, even with a multi-goal lead. I mean, 2, 3, even 4-goal lead, obviously. So the Preds' biggest comeback in franchise history closes out the homestand with the 4th consecutive win. They pick up 8 out of 10 points on this homestand. And you know what? They move into what I like to call the next tax bracket in the standings. They're at least up over 40 points now. So the Predators starting to make a move at an advantageous time in the schedule. That's going to do it for the Rebirth Sports full game recap. We'll be back next with analysis, box score, and so much more on this historical night in Predators history.
Hello, hello, hello. I'm Tracy, owner-operator of Strong Style Fitness. And that's me and my training assistant, Rizzo. And we are here to bring you fitness that meets you where you are by offering circuit classes, bar-inspired classes, Tabata workouts, boot camps, guided stretching, and more, all taught by a certified personal trainer, me. To learn more, go to our website, strongstylefit.com. Subscribe on YouTube at Strong Style Fitness. Follow on social media at Strong Style Fit. But most importantly, let's get you moving. It doesn't matter if it's your first workout or you've been doing it for years. Strong Style Fitness has the workout that meets you on your journey and helps you along the path to a happier, healthier life. I understand where you've been, what you were going through, and where you were going, and I want to take you there. We'll see you on the mat. Mwah.
Welcome back in. That was the Rebirth Sports full game recap. Let's do some analysis. Let's get into the box score, and let's get out of this freezing cold bunker. UC Saros gets the start. He was 4 out of 8, which means 50% save percentage. That's really bad. Pulled after the first period, so only 20 minutes of action for UC Saros. He was, in fact, very bad, but the team in front of him was non-existent in the first period. The Nashville Predators just simply did not show up whatsoever. UC Saros was deficient in his normal qualities as a starting netminder. However, when Barron has one of the most embarrassing turnovers of the entire season and leaves UC Saros hung out to dry on a 2-on-0, what in the world is the netminder supposed to do? Celebrini with one hell of a shot. Granlund with a couple of good finishes. I mean, San Jose was really playing good hockey at first, and UC Saros wasn't up to par. The Preds in front of him were non-existent. And then the last 40 minutes of the game, things started to turn around. Justus Noonan comes in. He goes 15 out of 16. You know what? Really strong, especially after the Preds went up 6-5. Once the Preds got the 1-goal lead, it felt like the Preds went into a shell. Maybe things reversed a little bit. San Jose suddenly felt free again like they did early in the game, and San Jose was definitely putting the pressure. Noonan had to make some saves with traffic in front, some saves on deflections, and some secondary opportunities. He was strong down the stretch in this game when the Nashville Predators really did need to get a couple of saves to secure the biggest comeback win in franchise history. Marchessault led the way with 4 points in this game. He had a goal, he had 3 assists. His goal was not spectacular. It was hard-working. They were going to the hard areas, getting to that puck first before anybody else. And when guys like Stamkos and Marchessault are going out there shift after shift, play after play, and they bring some competitive fire out there to the rink. Stamkos getting that penalty at the beginning of the second period. It's not it's not the beginning of the comeback for the Predators, but just seeing Stamkos go that hard to the net, it inspires. It gets guys fired up. They follow into the trenches and they go towards the fire when it comes to that. Stamkos and Marchessault helping push that pace. Marchessault had a goal, 3 assists in the game, 4 points, 18-21 in time on ice. And you know what? He just loves playing against San Jose Sharks. I hope he thrives again in San Jose. Some of the best statistical career games he's had when he was with the Vegas Golden Knights were against the San Jose Sharks. Listen, no secret, the Sharks haven't been a very good team in the last several years, and he has feasted upon them, and he continues in that exact role now with the Nashville Predators. Tommy Novak, a goal and 2 assists in this game, 3 points, 4 points in his last 2 games. But listen to this, 9 points in his previous 35 games. So Tommy Novak now starting to join the secondary scoring, which the Nashville Predators have been desperately needing beyond that first line of Stamkos, Forsberg, and March. So Tommy Novak with 3 points in this game, 4 points in the last 2 games, certainly is looking like it's trending in a good direction. Phil Forsberg, it's an empty netter, but he still picks up the goal by the end of the game. 2 assists, the world-class distribution service known as Phil. 3 points in this game. Listen to this, 7 goals, 6 games in the last 6 games, 6 in a row. 15 points in the month of January for a guy who looked like he had gone dry before January. He has definitely turned things around now and is at 45 points in 46 games. He was so far off the point per game pace, I didn't think we would even mention that again this season. Now he is just 1 point shy of a point per game this season. Highly, highly impressive stuff, the way he has turned it on and turned it around after having one of the most significant droughts of his career. Svechkov picks up a goal in this one. 4 shots on goal as well. I love this. It's his 5th goal of the season. He has 6 points overall. He's selfish. I like it. 4 shots on goal. When he gets the puck, he shoots it. He wants to score. The more confident, the more comfortable he gets, I think we're going to really start to see a special player emerge in Fedor Svechkov. I really do see some elements in his game, and the selfishness is part of it. That is an absolute positive. He goes to the hard areas. He wants to shoot the puck, and he seems to want to score, and that's great news for the Nashville Predators moving forward. Obviously, since Barry Trotz didn't clear him out during the culling several weeks ago, that Svechkov is clearly at least going to get the opportunity to earn a center spot here on this Nashville Predators team. And again, the selfishness of it all. 5 goals on the season, only 6 points. So 5 goals, 1 assist. That's the way Phil Forsberg first started out. Never getting assists, always picking up the goal. Josi had a goal and assist. This one, 2 points. It was the game-tying goal. It's important. It was a one-timer. It was a bomb. It was the captain doing his thing, and you just saw him over there and we're like, yep, they're going to send the puck over there and Yosi's going to slam this one home, and it's absolutely what he did. So for the Predators, it's the biggest comeback win in franchise history, and for 25 to 30 minutes of this one, it was brutal. It looked like the fan base was probably going to clear out sometime, anytime, maybe an intermission, but the ones who stuck around certainly were rewarded, as this was an all-timer at Bridgestone Arena. Yeah, 7th versus an 8th place team. It was NHL hockey. They're high-quality players, and they got after each other. Just because it was balanced and ended up being 7-5, wow. What a night for the Nashville Predators. Let's hear from our good friends at Stripe Digital Solutions. Let's come back. Let's buzz through the box score. There's a whole lot of numbers to throw at you. And then let's close this thing out. It's going to be a whole lot more of what you've already heard. It's coming up next right here on the Renegades of Puck podcast.
The digital environment can be quite intimidating, time-consuming, and cumbersome, especially with all those other areas that need attention at your business. And that's why Stripe Digital Solutions is here to help. I know, because that's exactly what Stripe Digital Solutions did for me and the Renegades of Puck. From designing my home website and helping me create my merchandise to special event posters, brand building, and social media management. But it's not just that, it's so much more. Stripe Digital Solutions has helped me every step of the way. From startup to full-time operation, Stripe Digital Solutions has been there to assist and advise every single step of the journey. In today's fast-paced world, the path to success is having a strong digital partner, and nobody is better in the trenches than Brandy and Stripe Digital Solutions. Get the solution before it's even a problem with Stripe Digital Solutions.
Welcome back in. Good cold hard numbers known as the box score. Let's go through the goals. The Predators had 7 different goal scorers in this game. Philip Forsberg, Jonathan Marchessault, Tommy Novak, Fedor Svechkov, Justin Barron, Nick Blankenberg, and Roman Josi, all with goals in this game. When it comes to assists, Philip Forsberg, actually Jonathan Marchessault led the way with 3. Then Philip Forsberg had 2. Tommy Novak had 2. Zach LaRue had an assist. Colton Sissons had an assist. Steven Stamkos had 1 assist. Roman Josi has 1. Luke Schenn has 1. And Adam Wilsby also with 1 assist in this game. When it comes to shots on goal, Roman Josi led the way with 6, and then it was Justin Barron with 5, 4 for Svechkov, 4 for Marchessault. In the block shots category, 3 for Justin Barron, 2 for Josi, 2 for Shea, and 2 for Philip Forsberg. When it comes to the physical component of things, when it comes to hits, it was Luke Schenn leading the way with 5 total, and then 4 from Cole Smith in his return to the lineup for the Nashville Predators. Michael McCarron also had 4. Philip Forsberg also chips in with 4 hits in this game. Your time on ice leaders: 18-20 for Jonathan Marchessault, 17-55 for Ryan O'Reilly, and 17-52 for Philip Forsberg. But of course, the captain paces the team overall at 25-04 on the defensive side of things. When it comes to the power play, well, the Predators in this game, 2 out of 3 power play time on ice leaders go to Svechkov at 4:23, Jonathan Marchessault at 4:02, and Forsberg at 4 minutes. The captain, Roman Josi, skated 3:59 on the power play. The PK in this game was 3 out of 4. Your penalty kill time on ice leaders were 3:30 for Cole Smith, 2:50 for Colton Sissons, and 2:40 for Michael McCarron, 3:35 for Blankenberg, and 3:31 for Brady Shea. Your netminders in this game, yes, netminders. UC Saros got the start, but only went 4 out of 8, giving up 4 goals against. That's an in-game save percentage of .500 for even strength goals against. When it comes to Eustace Anunin, 15 and 16, 1 goal against, picks up the victory, 938 save percentage, 12 even strength saves, 2 power play saves, 1 shorthanded save in the game. Some other numbers falling out of the box score: the power play, 2 for 3. Mentioned that. The PK, 3 for 4. Nice work there. Face-off winning percentage, 48.4%. A little low. 32 hits is a nice number. 14 block shots. Could have done a little bit better job, especially the first 30 minutes of the game. 3 takeaways and 13 giveaways. And the Predators find a way to have their biggest comeback in franchise history. Down 5-1 midway through the game. You thought it was over. I thought it was over. Everybody thought it was over, but it was the San Jose Sharks. So you leave the TV on, you sit in your seat, maybe you get an extra soft pretzel and a beer, and you figure, why not? Just going to hang out and enjoy the night. You never know what can happen in the NHL. And throughout history, this narrative has played out many times in many different hockey games where one team gets way ahead, the other team chips away, and suddenly it gets interesting. Well, that's what happened last night. The Nashville Predators found a way to make it fascinating as hell. Again, a 7th place team hosting an 8th place team. Neither of them expected to do very much as far as the postseason is concerned, and they went out there and fought their asses off at Bridgestone Arena, and they gave us a highly entertaining product that NHL Network had a lot of fun talking about, and so has everybody else. The internet has been abuzz with the Nashville Predators' biggest comeback win in franchise history. In 25 years of hockey, they had never managed to come back from down by 4. Now they have accomplished that. Proud to say I saw the first ever 3-goal comeback in franchise history all those years ago against the Detroit Red Wings, and now I have witnessed the first 4-goal comeback in franchise history against the San Jose Sharks on home ice for a team that is just looking for the momentum to get things going in the right direction. That homestand, 4 out of 5. The Predators picking up 8 out of 10 points. It was the first game back from the long road trip. They just didn't look like themselves. The rest of the homestand, though, it's undeniable. Victories over Vegas, victory over Minnesota, victory over Chicago. Had to do some hard work to come back from behind, but got it done. And then this victory coming back a long way from behind against San Jose, but picking up 4 out of 8 points on the homestand. After splitting that road trip, now things look a little bit more reasonable. Had a really good road trip, then you split along, had a really good homestand, then you split a long road trip, and now you've had another really good homestand. Couple of games on the road right here, you can start making some positive gains in that road record and continue making positive gains in the standings. After all, you've just moved into a brand new tax bracket. You're over 40 points for the first time this season, and the 6th place team, Utah, is only 6 points ahead, and the two of you have a number of head-to-head matchups coming, and then above them is the St. Louis Blues, just 9 points ahead. Again, the Preds have had their opportunities. Someone in the Central will start to collapse at some point soon, and it looks like the Predators are going to be the team in the Central that rises. It happens every season right about this time. Someone you don't expect starts to slide, and someone you didn't expect starts to rise. Who will the Predators displace, as it looks like, out of Utah, Nashville, Chicago? The Predators are going to be the only team that look like they can surge. Utah could be sellers. We don't know what St. Louis is going to do. Right now, there's only 4 teams really fighting it out in the Central Division. The Preds do some good work over the next 2 weeks before the break. They could find themselves maybe in that chase pack and maybe making a little bit of a difference when the final 20 games of the season roll around. So much more to talk about here on the Renegades of Puck podcast. Stay with us throughout the season. That's episode number 957. It's freezing cold. It's been below freezing for days here in the Middle Tennessee area. And we've also had all kinds of other issues happening around the community. So we just really appreciate you sticking with us, and we really appreciate you checking out the content and helping us get through the day as it is. I hope I help you with the same thing. Episode 957 is in the books. I appreciate your enthusiasm for the show. I appreciate your viewership, and the most important thing of all is I appreciate each and every one of you. I'm your host and captain, Crazy Charlie Saunier. Stick.